Hi Aries, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2014, and my oh my, what a lot of change going on, a lot of chopping and changing with the energy that's in your sign, and it's been particularly activated since March, over April, May, now we're into June. And you Arians, particularly you children of the Ram, born in the first week of April, maybe the very last bit of March, first week of April, or with 11 to 17 degrees rising, you are going to have been feeling these energies the most over this time. And it is the cosmic makeover job of your life. It is major stuff. There's massive shifts going on, and as usual, you're right out in front, really, with the worldwide change. The cardinal signs, and you're one of the cardinal signs, are the entrepreneurs of this world, the movers and the shakers, the empire builders, and you are the ones that like to be out in front, spearheading things. Libra, Aries. Libra is your opposite sign. Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, and all four of those signs in particular have been right in the front line here. And so yes, this has been to a certain degree challenging. It all depends on your basic natal chart, but it's been challenging. There's been ups and downs. There's been disorientation probably, but the whole thing is actually designed to free you up. And there has been a lot going on in your life where you've not felt secure. Sometimes you felt a bit jittery. At other times, your heart's been in your mouth. Sometimes, and this is a makeover like you've never known before. It's incorporating, all of you, all parts of you. So it is designed to free you up. It's designed to be liberating. It's designed to mature you, and it's designed to, I think, really, one could say, withstand the earth shifts, as it were, within you, and the storms, like spring storms or autumn storms or any time of the year storms, summer or winter, and then you come out the other side of it, so much stronger, so much more certain of yourself, and so much more able to manage the much less intense situations that will be coming up, almost like an anticlimax after this. These major transits are over. And for you Arians who are born later in the sign, you won't actually be getting it quite to this intensity, because you won't be getting the two planets together, and with the cardinal cross and all the rest of it, that these children of the Ram, born late March and early April, have been getting. Now, perhaps I've gone on a bit too long about that, but I just thought I'd mention it because, it's nice to know that you're still, on the radar, and it's still, you're on track, and that things are as they are supposed to be. But yes, maybe you have to hang on very, very tight to your seat at moments. So the sun's in a very busy, sociable area as the month kicks off. That's up until the 21st. And you are maybe getting your head around different things. Maybe you're learning, maybe you're sharing information, maybe you're running around more. Until the 17th, conversations are likely to be with people within your within the castle walls, or a sort of base of activity, or an HQ, even if you're not at home. But it can be very much about home. It can be about home, about property. It can be to do with family or extended family, neighbors. Actually, the root of your chart is really a good, more stable place in your solar chart. Is this more stable place at the moment because of the transit of Jupiter going through there, but it tends to be a mentally busy time right in your own backyard, even if it's not your backyard. And then Venus is in a very materialistic sort of area to do with property. That can be money, that can be resources of various kinds, cash or vegetables, that can be just possessions or objects that you want to get your hands on. It can actually provide a buffer for you, Venus here. It can mean that you do a little bit better in any kind of negotiation situation, and because the stream of that abundance can be coming in your direction, but it can also equally easily go in the opposite direction. You might find yourself putting your hand in your pocket a little bit more. But if you work the energy, if you sort of envisage that you'd like the goodies to be coming in the pipeline towards you, then you might be able to pull that one off, because it's inclining in that direction with Venus here. And then also this can be about your physical, it can be about basic stuff in your life. It can be, inside, outside, but it can be also about your physical body. So you can be improving things there, maybe with diet and exercise or remedies of various kinds. Or it's just you and someone really enjoying the possessions that you have got, or that you have acquired somehow or other, because actually wherever Venus goes, it's nice to have a good companion on board. I will just mention to you not to push the boat out financially or in any other way with maybe property or a negotiation type situation on the 12th, because that would be when Venus is going over Saturn, and that could actually clip your wings a lot. So, but the rest of the time looks pretty cool. Now, from the 21st, the Sun moves into the base of operations, the home patch. It gets a little bit more, inward, more to do with the home, inside, outside, or it might not be like that. It might be about family members, tribe, that kind of thing. But Mercury, which has been traveling backwards, it started to go retrograde on the 7th, has gone into a very sort of chatty area, to do with education, to do with sharing information, to do with learning stuff in an informal kind of way, possibly to do with more paperwork, correspondence. It's a great time to be making connections, though, and sort of gathering those nuggets of information, sharing stuff, and getting online. But maybe more attention being given to the home patch or wherever you happen to be, because you might be in a different locality and just discovering your surroundings. From the 24th, Venus is also in a very sociable sector, so you're enjoying your surroundings, you're enjoying the interchanges that you're having, but there is still this emphasis put on maybe the home, or what you're calling home for the time being. Or it can be, as I say, not like that, can be about emphasis put on the family members, or the tradition, or the history, or something going back a long way, and the past coming into the present in some sort of a way. However, there's going to be lots of distractions along the way, maybe, entertainments as well from the 24th onwards. And this is a really good vibe for supportive, mutually supportive relationships with siblings or soul brothers and sisters. Until July, Mars, your ruling planet, continues to be in your opposite sign. This is the last full month that Mars is there. A very long transit, and it just means that others, tend to put more demand on you because of their agenda, because of their life, their behavior, they can be opinionated sometimes, they can be they can be because of what's going on for them, you kind of get drawn into their sort of scenarios, and you can actually get a little bit drained at times. Also, there can be a very serious difference of opinions as well, because they can sort of leap forwards on something and you weren't quite at that stage yet. However, you two I mean, you and another. It might be have been a series of others, actually, because this has been such a huge transit going on since last November, I think. So you can do quite well. You can be productive. You can do business together as long, you know, they say good fences make good neighbors. Well, that's the key here, you know, keep it on cordial, keep that entente cordiale going, yeah. And then you can both be pulling the carriage in the same direction. But it can also mean that somebody is very drawn to you and you're very drawn to them, but don't be hasty, because this is the thing with Mars. It's not got any sense of, you know, being sort of letting things simmer for a while, or being diplomatic, or just wait and see. It's not very good on that concept. So don't be hasty, and don't allow yourself to get stretched too thin on somebody else's behalf. Now that Mars is rolling forwards again, feelings could be tense at times at this during this month. Could be tense, and close relationships could be a bit of a roller coaster, depending on your natal chart, of course. But you could have to struggle maybe with someone's total conviction on something which doesn't actually sit that well with you. But try to back off from confrontation, because it's almost as though the universe is saying to you, go on, I dare you, go on. And because the energies or the aspects are quite critically balanced, you know, it can mean that the outcome isn't quite what you would have wanted. But really the underlying sort of message is here, once again, that the universe is trying to get you to take off in a different sort of direction, and maybe you want to do that in a controlled way rather than an uncontrolled way. So yes, that would be the tip there. So, you know, those people skills, handling somebody as well as you can, and not just shooting from the hip and reacting, particularly, as I said before, for you Arians born very late March or the first week of April, or 11 to 17 degrees rising. And of course also out from there, but that is the actual really intense sort of eye of the storm of the energy, if I can put it like that. Saturn's in Scorpio, deepening you. That's a very long transit going on until 2015, making you appreciate others in a different kind of a way, changing you inwardly so that you're not maybe so hot-headed, or you haven't got that bad habit that you used to have. This has been going on since October 2012, this transit. Maybe you are being more careful about debts, finances, especially those that are sort of mutually dependent upon another agency or another person. Property, especially that which is dependent again upon another person, and you are slowly letting go of a previous parameter, or a perspective, or a standpoint, or a contract, or a setup. And that's giving way to something which is financially, emotionally, physically more comfortable, more stable for you. But you might have to work within the old one. In fact, you will have to work within the old one and the old way as the new way begins to sort of deepen its colours, take shape, and then take off. And you'll begin to feel that as a turning over of a new leaf, probably. As the transit, or after the transit's ended. And you Aries born in the last decade, or with 16 to 90 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. And then in conclusion, Jupiter is, as I say, at the root of your chart, expanding things gently, quietly, helping you to feel more comfortable where you're anchored or who you're anchored with, and learning from them, or learning from the locality, and also benefiting from the space inside, outside, and also through family. So it might be to do with property matters for some, it might be simply to do with relationships and family with others. But if you do feel cramped and restless, this is a great time to move, because if you move under this transit of Jupiter, you could do quite well. And you Aries, born in the very last part of the sign, or with 19 to 25 degrees rising, the last week of the sign, 19 to 25 degrees rising, actually it's the last 10 days, will feel the energy most over this forecast period. And that's it for June. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. And also you might like to see this, which is written up on my website, if you want to know a little bit more or go over something. It's all there. And I'll see you the next time.